here you're seeing the shoulder of a waffles.
Okay,
Right?
there we
Because
go.
that's
You can see my shoulder. Hi guys, welcome to what is going to be a very interesting episode of Dungeons and Breakfast, episode 16, Curse of Strahd, episode 16, everybody's mega tired today edition.
I'm not.
yep.
Everybody's
It's
brain is at
okay, Chachi, your turn to
half
tell the bedtime
capacity
stories
today,
then.
so this is going to be
Yay!
an amazing. Chachi is the one who's going to keep us all functioning correctly like normal human beings.
'Cause
Or,
I'm normal.
you know, in Barovia, Chachi's probably the odd one out because everybody's crazy in
Wouldn't say that,
Barovia,
Chachi.
so we're all going to be insane today. So it's going to
Thank you,
be
Schmoodle.
absolutely nuts. You're mega tired too, Edge. Welcome to the group. Literally everybody here. I didn't get
you're
sleep.
hired. I don't care. But
I'm
you're
on-
hired.
Brain juice right now.
Thank you, Schmoodle, for catching that.
Oh man. All right. Well, let's get right into it. Let's
I
just
know my job.
start the thingies. Last time on Dungeons and Breakfast, Curse of Strahd, your group, after a harrowing encounter with Strahd von Zarovich himself, your group continued on their journey to the town of Vallaki, not really knowing what to expect there. And very out of place almost was this large town seemingly filled with people. A much different sight than the town you had first arrived in. People going about their business, daily lives, pretty decently populated as well. After your fight with the large direwolves at Strahd's command, your group was pretty tired and tuckered out, so you made your way to the only inn in Vallaki, the Blue Water Inn, run by Erwin Mardikov and his family. There you met some interesting characters. Rictavio, the storyteller, two wolf hunters, Soldar and Yevgeny, and the rest of Erwin's family. A very strange lot, an assortment of characters, but seemingly more lively than most of the people you've come across in Barovia. Except for maybe perhaps the Vistani, who were pretty dang lively. Those guys knew how to party.
Yeah, they did.
Your group decided to turn in for the night after grabbing some rooms, and that's where we left off. You went around to the outside. The stairway is actually on the outside of the building, so you kind of have to like walk out of the tavern and then go up the outside stairway to get to the rooms where you guys are staying in.
Strange.
You purchased, oh my god, memory, brain. You guys purchased 2 rooms, correct?
Yep.
Yes. One
Okay.
four
And we're
bedroom, one-
climbing the stairway to the bedroom.
Is that a stairway to heaven?
Maybe.
We're climbing the stairway to the bedroom. The lesser known lyrics of that song. Let me just, if you scroll up a little bit, you'll see the top part of the tavern, second floor. It's kind of an overlook. You see these railings that kind of, you can peer down to the tables below from the balcony. You guys, I think he gave you got 2 rooms, so you got the room at the end of the hallway and one of those 2 rooms with the 2 beds in it. So take your pick where everybody wants to sleep or hang out, whatever you guys want to do. It's the
Maybe
The
we
tavern
get
is
in
yours.
This room and this room?
Not this room. This one of these two rooms. Actually, that room shouldn't be even revealed. I don't know why that's revealed. Let's hide that. That's a secret room. You can't see that. That's not a room you get.
Daxor, should we share a room?
Sure.
Which would you like?
I mean, theoretically, what we can do if we have a room with 4 and a room with 2 beds, we can have the boys sleep in one and we 3 go into the other one.
Yeah.
Botek, get out of our room.
Squeak.
I was here first.
Don't make us yeet you.
Trying.
Don't make us yeet you off the balcony.
I
Come on,
was in.
Bojack, let's go.
I was in here first.
Gwyn stares down Botak.
So yeah, you go up the stairs. It's like a 20-foot long balcony. It provides a pretty clear view. The bar, wooden railing, kind of carved with these very interesting motifs. It's very. You notice a lot of the woodwork in this tavern is. There's been a lot of extra special care taken to the carving of the wood panels and things like that. And you can kind of see these motifs and things like this. On this railing, you see kind of these a motif of some birds as they fly up the course of this railing. It's a very intricate design and seems like a lot of extra special work went into the detailing of this tavern.
I have a question. How old is the woodwork?
You can do a woodworking check.
I'm just asking because of historical knowledge.
Is that needed? for some
Sure. Actually, if you want to, you couldn't tell at a brief glance, but if you wanted to thoroughly inspect the wood, you can do an investigation check.
Nah, it's more out of a meme. I'm not gonna steal their woodwork and sell it.
Where did our raven woodwork go? Nowhere. Wow, we paid a lot of money at the woodcarver for that. Irina's going to stay with you guys in the girls' room. She seems to be, as she follows behind all of you, very eyes wandering, kind of seemingly astounded by pretty much everything that she's run into so far. Very wide-eyed and wondering. You can tell she hasn't left her home if ever. She's actually, as she follows behind you, she kind of runs her hand along the woodwork. It is very beautiful.
Yeah. It's definitely nice looking.
Have you come across places like this in your travels?
Yeah, on occasion.
This is, I guess, the closest thing we have is the inn back in our hometown, but it is more homey than this. You must see this kind of thing all the time.
Sometimes the inns are like this, sometimes they're worse. It's really just about how lucky you are in the end. So
She kind of just sits there, glancing out over the desks below, kind of watching. You guys can still see Rictavio has engaged in conversation once again with Danica, making these wild gestures into the air as he's no doubt telling some other sort of story of some sort. You can't really hear it from where you're at, but she just seems to be listening and watching and just waiting at the balcony. Did you guys find the beds in your rooms and everything that you guys wanted to? What do you guys do? What are you guys doing?
Well, Botac didn't, but
No, I
Botac,
did not.
have you settled on?
I was literally forced out of the room that I chose by.
You
Well,
like
let's
found
put
the
it- let's
comfortable
be
bed. You're like,
honest.
this bed is perfect. This is the
Let's be
girls'
honest
room.
here, I was literally forced out of my bed by a bunch of bullies.
Listen,
They just rolled you
we-
off.
we knew exactly what you were planning
What do you mean?
Yes.
because by staying in the 4-bedroom, you were mathematically forcing to be in the same bedroom with at least one of the female people in the party.
Does it matter?
Big brain Botac.
Does it matter?
Mm,
I am completely confused on this. It's not like we all haven't slept in the same room before. Heck, we even slept in tents.
But that was when
Outside.
we had no choice. Thuxara is gonna check this wall for suspicious holes.
You're gonna check for the for you're gonna check it for roll an investigation check as you check the wall for peepholes.
I'm sorry, I'm just too much of a weep to not do this.
A weeb? Wait. Wait. How does that translate?
15.
I am very confused.
I am very disappointed.
15.
I am very disappointed. in my-
There
not only
is
friends, but also in my
there
partner.
is no peepholes in the wall. You are pretty certain from your
Okay.
investigation that no one has taken a power drill to one of the walls.
Collateral, what is that?
You feel like your privacy is secure, except for the 3 very large windows, but you can close the curtains on those. You do notice these
They
windows
can't.
kind of... as far as the room goes, the rooms are pretty cozy. Botac and Crowley, your room is a pretty nice room. 2 cozy beds, matching footlockers. The bedding is interesting. Wolf furs are headed atop, or heaped atop each bed. They're kind of just very like spread out, almost roughly done wolf fur bedding. There is a lamp sitting on a table under a shuttered window with 2 very tall black like wardrobes standing against the wall by the door. The rest of the other room, you see these much plainer beds. You kind of got the people with these beds actually kind of got the raw end of the deal on this. These are straw mattresses with matching footlockers at the foot of them. No wolf bedding on these beds, unfortunately. You kind of just see there's a table with some 4 chairs in the corner with an oil lamp resting on top of it. These 3 large windows overlook the town of Valaki. You can kind of watch the comings and goings of people through this busy intersection that the Blue Water Inn kind of occupies. It's not a bad room. You've stayed it better in your travels, but it's pretty nice relative to where everywhere else you've been staying so far in Barovia.
Well, I guess this is good enough.
As long as I got a bed to sleep in and a roof over my head, that's all I need, right? I'm kind of bummed that they kicked me out of the comfortable bed.
You'll be fine. Put some hair on your chest.
Eh, I don't think I really need that, but
Literally,
Eh.
wolf hair on your chest.
Yes, that was his solution to helping you sleep. It's like Vicks Vapor Rub when you're nasally.
Roll for sneezing. Roll for wolf hair allergies. All right, you guys just going to bed, or are you guys gonna do anything? Is there anything you want to do before you guys go to
Yeah,
sleep?
no, Crowley
Didn't
is pooped.
say something about
He,
yeah,
So your guys'
literally-
health is
literally the
like
same.
nil on a few of your characters, I think, right? You guys are pretty low.
well, the health wasn't
Um,
low. We took a short rest.
You
'cause,
did take
know,
a short rest by the lake,
But-
that's right.
out of
what was-
spells, out of pretty much everything else. So just going straight to bed because tired.
Tired. Okay, sorry, what were you saying, Deadly?
Didn't they also say something about the bath at some point?
They did say something about a bath, you're right. They did
I'll take
offer
a bath in the
you
morning.
a bath. Oh, you could go downstairs and ask them about it?
you're gonna sleep in your disgusting wolf blood-covered armor.
Hey,
man.
Sleeps in the armor and everything.
no, I can't sleep with my armor. That's bad.
Bad luck.
Yeah, I will gain like a long rest if I do that. But
Okay, do you go downstairs and ask about the mentioned bath?
Mhm.
Okay. You guys walk downstairs and approach Danica, who is engaged in this conversation. Well, not so much a conversation as it is Rictavio telling a very strange story about the time that he was trapped between several trolls and goblins at the same time. As you approach, Danica, who has her kind of arm resting on the counter, looks at you. Oh, the baths, yes, of course. Of course, we need to get you cleaned up. You've had a rough day, it looks like. We can do that for you. Bray, Brom! She kind of shouts to the other room. You see the two children come out of the side door next to the bar. Yes, mother. Have you got the baths prepared? Yes, mother. Can we go play now? Did you make sure that the water was hot and boiling? Brom, did you make sure the water was hot and boiling? They turn around and close the door behind them. They will be just a second. Come with me.
they're going to boil Threx.
I'll be
Boy,
here.
let's go.
I'm just gonna be on my phone quick because I'm taking Cass out, but I'll be able to.
Oh,
Listen.
phone D&D, the best kind.
Yes.
You can play
I'll be
D&D on the... Technology is amazing. You can like be out grocery shopping and like play
And play
D&D
D&D.
now. It's the best. I love technology.
It's only when you start talking to yourself in different voices that it gets concerning for other people.
Yes. Yeah, you're just like you're role playing. You're like in the middle of the store, just role playing on your phone. I
The
pick up the sword and slash it. You're like at the cereal aisle picking out a box of cereal, and there's like a woman right next to you. You're just like, I slash at the goblin, and I deal 10 slicing damage to it. And the lady's like,
what? No. The funniest part would be when you're at the cashier and just you're in the middle of the line and there's like a person in front of you, a person behind you, and you're just like, I roll to seduce the guard.
I roll to seduce the god. You start doing like sexy noises, and she just slowly walks away from you.
Oh my god, do you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the trailer that Bethesda did ages ago for the Skyrim Very Special Edition. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Yeah.
Long story short, they basically made a joke announcement for Skyrim for Amazon Echo. And it's basically just a dude sitting in his living room in front of his Alexa, being
I remember that.
basically giving commands and playing Skyrim through voice
Through
command
using
at some
Alexa?
point. Yeah, and that's at some point it's like, you're facing a dragon, your health is very low, and you're out of health potions. What do I have in my inventory? You have 200 wheels of cheese. I eat all the cheese. And his wife is just coming in and being like, honey, you know what the doctor said about eating all the cheese? I eat all the cheese.
I eat all the cheese.
Anyway,
I want to make a new D&D rule that cheese heals you in D&D.
Yes.
I should do that as a homebrew sometime.
Power
Where were we?
cheese.
Anyways, she leads you through the side door,
Magical cheese.
which is you see this room is very kind of large kitchen, and this looks like a kitchen of someone who loves to cook. It has piles of pots, these walls lined with utensils, of shelves of ingredients, and all manner of pleasant odors. You see like lanterns hang above a sturdy pine work table in the middle of the clutter, and you see kind of like this pot of soup being cooked by Erwin as he is kind of leaning over it, kind of absent-mindedly stirring the pot, and he sees you coming. Ah, hello. You're taking them to their baths then, Danica? She kind of... Erwin, that soup has been done for at least an hour. You can stop stirring it now. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. And he grabs the pot of soup and brings it over to the table, and seems to be very lost in thought. She leads you out of the kitchen and into the back room, which I'm having trouble revealing. Hold on, give me a
Roll
second.
20.
Roll 20 decides not to work when it doesn't want to. Give me a second. Okay, never mind. She's not going to bring you into the back room because that room is not the place I thought it was. Oopsie poopsie. You know what? Actually, she does bring you into the back room. Pretend there is a bath back there, because the bath that was up is... You can't really access... She brings you to a bath that's in the back room behind the wine barrels. Sorry. I told you this was going to be a little scuffed.
That's a strange bath of wine you got there.
Hold on. I lost track of where the heck.
Do I even want to know what was in that other room?
You don't want to know.
Uh,
Hold on. Give me
okay.
a second. I'm having trouble with roll 20. It's being a dum
Uh-oh.
dum. So she leads you outside to and out like through these large double doors. Again with this very intricate wooden carvings and things on it. More depictions of like ravens and wolves and bats, all sorts of very a lot of motifs of things you've seen here in Barovia a lot. The doors swing open and she leads you to this pretty decently sized what almost looks like a shed behind the building, and it is there that you guys find the two children warming up the water to the bath, kind of stoking a small fire upon which this boiling pot of water sits. You see a large pot of hot water and a large pot of cold water, and the two children kind of, okay, mother, it is done. Can we go play now? Danica kind of shoos them off. Yes, the baths are here. Please, step inside and I will help you with the baths. By the way, Tama, are you with them? Gwyn?
Uh, um,
Or
yeah.
did you not follow them? Because Irina, I think, yes, Irina also followed you.
Sorry, one sec.
Irina would definitely take the opportunity to have a nice, relaxing bath.
And the guys are just gonna stay smelly.
The guys
Yeah,
will stay
I'll
stinky.
be with them. Yeah, I'll be with them.
Okay. I have chosen to be with them. There are two tubs, so either someone's gonna have to wait or share a tub.
I'll share.
Okay, you guys make yourselves very comfortable in the tubs. She brings you the hot water and cold water as needed and necessary for your very refreshing, very nice baths. That feels absolutely amazing after your rough time on the road. It has been a while since you've had a a decent bath, and you come out feeling relaxed and much better and much less bloody. Afterwards, Danica kind of looks at your group. If there's anything else I can do to make your stay better here at the Blue Water Inn, let me know.
I think we are fine for now.
Well, if you need help with anything, please let me or Erwin know. We will be happy to assist you with your stay here in Vallaki.
Thank you.
Thurxara just casually ties together her now wet hair with her mage hand.
The ultimate lazy move. Mage hand,
listen,
tie my hair
Waffles.
for me.
Waffles. The mage hand is a psionic thing. So she would have probably had that since pretty much her birth. So why the heck not use it for that kind of stuff?
I mean, that's
If,
true.
If you had a third hand that happens to be detached from your body, floating around and invisible, would you not just use it for all kinds of stuff?
Yeah, of course. I would use it like force. I mean,
Yeah.
who doesn't want force powers?
If
That's
I-
pretty much force
if-
powers, right?
I had,
Pretty much,
yeah.
yeah.
If I had that ability, I would be a lot fatter than I am.
Come to me, remote. Mage hand. Eh.
I
Oh, the
would
chips are
have.
so far
Yeah.
away. Mage hand.
Also, Crowley was gonna actually go do a bath,
Okay.
but he's waiting for
I'm
them.
not
Waiting
surprised at that.
appropriately for the females to be done.
Uh, but Tex just gotta take a bath in the morning. He's too tired.
Okay. Crowley, you get
Well,
downstairs after the girls are done with their baths, and you are also provided a very refreshing, very
Hey, Crowley.
relaxing bath.
Hey, Crowley. Before you go take a bath, uh, tell them that I'm gonna take a bath in the morning. The owners.
all right. He's
I'm
just
too
gonna
tired.
he's just gonna tell them
Blech.
in passing as he's walking.
Okay. Danica kind of gives you a questioning glance and then nods her head. I will have a bath prepared in the morning then for him. She begins to clean out the baths and things like that. You
could
guys are
honestly
nice and
probably bring
refreshed.
him a bucket. I think he'd fit in that.
Noted. I think.
Man. What can I say? Botet's a morning person. You know, you gotta. He does stuff in the morning.
It's true. I mean,
I
it's
hate
when the sun
mornings.
rises.
Exactly.
Okay, you guys feel nice and refreshed.
Yee.
Clean, not bloodied, and well, you're still pretty exhausted. In fact, after the bath, you guys even feel more exhausted. Now that you finally your bodies have calmed down and the tension has finally died down, you've had a little bit of relaxation. In fact, some of the only relaxation you've had in the past couple days ever since arriving in Barovia. It's a very nice change of pace. And you kind of feel this overwhelming sense of just some return to normalcy sweeping over you, and realizing just how harrowing this place has been thus far. Just the idea of hot water and these sociable people that at least talk with you, and non undead chasing you, traveling on the road times are. It is a nice change of pace, and you can feel it almost an. I want to say unnatural pleasure, but that makes it sound really weird. it is it is a very overwhelmingly pleasant sensation. To just not it's almost as if
We chill as fuck, boys.
essentially, yes, it's almost as if you suddenly realized how much stress has been on your brain up to this point. And you can kind of feel this let me see, who was Gwyn specifically. As you're getting out of this bath, you kind of feel this relief of tension that you didn't even know was there. This clutching feeling in your chest, almost as if something had been gripping around your heart, suddenly feels lightened. It feels like a weight has been lifted that you didn't even know was there in the first place. It's a strange feeling.
Uh, what?
That's weird.
Is everything okay, Gwen?
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. I feel, I guess, refreshed, but it doesn't feel like that at the same time. It feels more than that.
I mean, a good bath often is a refreshment for body and soul, so
I guess maybe my soul was bathed too.
however that works.
I
The
have
purifying soul waters.
I have no idea, but that's how it feels.
I mean, if you're feeling better now, that's all that counts.
I guess it just feels very abnormal.
Abnormal as in pastry abnormal, or
Not natural.
Thurxora thinks a moment about doing the mage hand trick, but then decides not to, because they are all freshly cleaned and she doesn't want to make a mess.
Mage hand trick? What is the mage hand trick?
You know, the trick that worked pretty well against or to help
The
fix
puking,
charmed
the
conditions.
one where
Yeah.
you're the puke trick?
Yep.
The good old patented mage hand down the throat trick. Thurxora, you also, I mean, you felt relaxed. It wasn't a totally unnatural feeling though. Like it was, you did have this very relaxing feeling as you took this bath, and it did occur to you how stressed out you've been just from being here in Barovia, but it didn't feel it like wildly unnatural or anything like that.
Well, let's go to bed for today,
Okay.
because I need some sleep.
All right, you guys are heading back upstairs to your rooms. Crowley will just assume that you went to the baths after the girls had already left. Crowley, you sit down in these baths and you relax. And after you come out, you feel essentially the same way. You realize the stress had taken its toll on you for sure, and you'd been on a boat prior to this too. A hot bath is something very hard to come by in your line of work, so it felt especially good. Considering
Certainly
you'd been on a
treat for
boat.
him.
Yeah, very, very special treat, considering your past month or so before even coming to Barovia in the first place. All right, you guys return to your rooms. Is there anything else you want to do before you guys pass out for the night? Tell bedtime stories.
Crowley literally will
Pillow
lay
fight.
down and just pass the fuck out.
Face
has been
plants the
sleeping
wolf
ever
head.
since
He may feel better from
girls'
the short
houses.
rest a little, but his body is still feeling battered to hell.
Understandable. Botek has been asleep since the girls literally kicked him out of the room.
Okay. All right. Ladies, what are you guys doing?
Mm.
Passing out.
Can
Everybody
can,
just passing
can we
out.
hear the snoring from the guy's room? Or
I don't know.
Wow.
Do you guys do you guys snore?
Botek does not snore.
By the way, hi Scuffstraw.
Crowley
I hope you're
definitely
doing
does.
good.
Oh,
And
I can see
Arya
Crowley
and
doing it,
Ninja,
snoring
I
like
hope you guys
crazy.
are all doing good. I'm sorry, I don't mean to ignore you, chat. I get so into it, you know. I get so into the role play. I get confused sometimes. I forget to check
It's
chat.
okay, Waffles. It's okay.
I hope you guys are all doing good. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt anybody. What were you guys doing?
snoring?
We've determined that Crowley is definitely a big snorer and Botek is not.
Okay, Crowley is snoring his butt off.
Yep.
And can they hear it from the other room, Crowley?
Probably.
Anyone. Yeah,
Is it probably? Okay. You guys can hear.
These inn owners will regret inviting these people in.
The doors aren't that thick. They're pretty thin doors. They're not made for like major soundproofing or they're very nice wood. And again, you see these motifs of wolves and birds and things like that carved into it. All sorts of patterns. Very nice doors. Doesn't help with the sound. You definitely hear snoring. Botak, well, if you're, I don't know if
Botek's been dead asleep.
you're already
long
passed
before
out.
long
The rest
before
of you,
Crowley even came nearby.
you can kind of see Irina with her eyes open, kind of just looking to the door. Your friend sure does sleep soundly.
Mhm. Well, you'll get used to it at some point.
Don't worry, my brother snores as well. I've been used to it. Sounded like he was choking on something for a minute there.
Yep.
Are you sure he's okay?
Yep.
Is there anything else you got? Is anybody doing a lookout or anything like that? Or are you guys just all passing out?
I don't mind.
I have literally said multiple times.
Yes, I know. I just wanted to make sure that anybody who's just anybody doing a lookout or anything like that.
Luxora is gonna climb into her bed and lay under the blanket, and then she's gonna look to the left, being like, "Good night, Arena." Then she's gonna look over to the right, being like, "Good night, Quinn."
Good night.
Good night.
And literally 2 seconds later, are you asleep yet?
Not yet.
No.
I'm sorry. It's just it's the first time that I really had time to think about it since we arrived here, but you guys have been wonderful comrades and friends.
Gwen doesn't know how to reply to this.
Irina is silent for a few moments. I have, to be honest, outside of my family, I've never experienced friends or comrades like this that I've had on this journey so far. I am very glad I met you all.
Well, I guess let's experience a lot more of this wonderful friendship in the future then.
Thank you. That's really nice. I appreciate you guys.
I hope someday, when this is all over, maybe I can experience a sunrise with you all at least once.
I think that should be doable, yep.
She kind of smiles very briefly. At least once. And closes her eyes. You still hear Crowley snoring through the walls.
Good night, guys.
You beat me to it. I was just about to.
You guys sure are resilient for us being able to sleep through that. Anyways, do you guys all pass out then? All right. Sleep comes to all of you.
Suddenly, the Revenant stands in the middle of the room. Did I jinx it?
Good thing you're in there and I'm in here and he's out there.
Oh no.
What's your guys' passive perception? 14, I think, was yours, Thurxora?
16.
16. Oh, 14 was Botax.
No. Bootech's passive perception is 12.
Oh, who's okay? I'm sorry. My passive perception list is all borked up. Then what did I write down?
You might have
According
right.
to our list, the passive perceptions are 16 for Thurxara,
Oh, that's
12
why
for
I wrote it
Kiwi
down
Botek,
in a weird
and
way.
15 for Crowley.
I think you wrote down my passive insight.
I think so. Yeah, I wrote.
Because my passive insight's
screwed
14.
up some numbers. My bad. Okay.
No worries.
You all have a very comfortable sleep. It is much nicer of a sleep than you guys have experienced so far. And you awake in the morning. With no recollection of a dream or having even. You were awake 1 second and then suddenly it was morning. Almost no recollection of it's a dreamless, sound sleep.
Yeah.
Probably the
Tech is the
nicest
first
sleep you've
up.
had so far.
Tech is the first to raise, and we'll clean up his armor a little bit, and then head for the bath.
Okay, you go downstairs towards the bathhouse, and you find Danica already awake, readying the bath for you. Kind of nods in your direction. I hope your stay was acceptable and your beds were comfortable. I've prepared the bath for you.
Thank you, my kindly. Yeah, the beds were comfortable enough for a very nice night of sleep. Thanks so much.
I'm glad to hear.
And start heading off to the
All right. She
bath.
brings you your bath water and kind of attends to the bath as necessary. She kind of strikes up idle conversation while you're taking this bath.
Mhm.
If you don't mind my asking, what do you
Mhm.
plan on doing while you're in Velaki?
Well, we didn't really have much of a plan when we set out to come here. I believe we wanted to find a safe place for Irita. So, like you guys suggested, the church, we'll probably go visit that today. Check that out,
Ah,
see what's up with there, and talk to the people there. From there, we'll probably decide whether we want or need anything here in town. And if we don't need anything, might need anything, we don't know. We'll may just decide to go straight over to seeing what happened to your wine deliveries.
yeah, well, we would appreciate nothing more.
Mhm.
But yes, the church would be a good place to start. Father Petrovich is a good man, one of the better men in this town, and I recommend you talk to him. He is most likely holding a sermon today. You would
Oh,
be wise to catch him after his dawn sermon, which he does every single morning.
hmm. Would be cool. Would be a good chance to talk. Maybe find out a little bit more about this morning lord that people keep telling me about.
The Morning Lord is the prime deity that we worship here in Barovia. He's the one
Hmm.
who, well, he is supposed to bring light to our land, but it hasn't worked out so far, as you can see. But the people of this town hold out hope, anyways. At least they try to.
Hmm.
If I might make a recommendation, I recommend you avoid the burgomaster and any of the towns got. If you see a man with a very strange arm, large, brooding, never smiles, I recommend you stay away from him too.
Uh, okay. Uh,
I would say it is in your best interest.
wait. Back up, just a little bit. Why not the burgomaster? I heard he's throwing festivals right now.
Yes, the festival of the what is it this time? Blazing Sun, I think, is this one. If you go to
Hmm.
the town square, you will probably notice the large wooden pyre that they are setting up.
Hmm.
This is a weekly occurrence at this
Well,
point.
wait, wait. hold on. There's a new festival like every week.
Yes, he throws a new festival every week in an attempt to, what was it? Bring us all the light of happiness, to let us know all is well, and should we be happy, we will finally be released from Strahd's yoke, and so on and so forth. It
That
is, between
sounds.
you and me, become quite tiring.
I mean, I could see that. I can feel that while walking through the streets. It feels like the people were more annoyed.
Yes, well, try telling the burgomaster that. It is not so easy a conversation to have. People are
Hmm.
interested in doing what they can to survive, and that's it. And if surviving means going along with the burgomaster's, well, frankly, tiring desires, well, then that is what the people do.
Hmm. Strange.
I would
Uh,
suggest
hmm.
that you play along as well. He is not a man that is. He doesn't handle criticism well.
Hmm. Uh, I'm I'm gonna be honest here, okay? Uh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that or not.
Well, just keep it in mind, I guess.
Mhm.
He
Uh,
is a man that is very dedicated to his beliefs.
I can understand and sympathize with that, but
She
there
kind
is
of
a limit.
she's pouring she pours more of the hot water into the bath,
Hmm.
and he
Hmm.
has the force to back it up. Just watch yourselves.
By force is never a good option. Hmm. Thank you for the warning.
Let me know if you need anything else. She returns
Oh,
outside.
but that's just gonna sit there and sink into the water a little bit, put the water level right up to like his mouth, but like his nose is above the water, and just sit there for a little bit, just going, ah.
It's a very relaxing bath, as the others felt. You feel relaxed, and you kind of let this hot water and steam kind of revitalize you and give you this energy again. After you get out, you feel, again, much like Gwyn, this sort of clutching, tightening feeling on your chest relax. Something you didn't even know was there. Something that you didn't even pay mind to until you realized it was gone. And you get out of the bath and kind of.
Oh man, the creaks in the body are all gone. Feels good. Oh, feeling like brand new me.
You feel very, very much so. Very, like, extremely relaxed. Way better than just an insane amount of just this wave of relief has washed over you. Plasma, hello, Plasma. And Plasma redeemed a nom nom too. Let me get foods. Nom nom. Morning breakfast for waffles.
Morning breakfast bowl.
God, jerky. Thank you, Plasma. hope you're doing good. Oh, world's toughest jerky. Oh, it's so hard to eat. All right, you guys wake up. You feel refreshed. You slept like a baby. You laid down to sleep, and you woke back up. Gwyn and Thurxora. You wake up. And as you do, and you kind of look about the room, you see this gray light passing through these curtains. What would be the sun, if there was such a thing here. With your passive perceptions, you look over towards the table. And you kind of have to do a double check. Sitting on top of the table, in front of the lamp, sits a doll. The doll. The one that was given to you by Mad Mary. Elegant, red dress. Very intricate features. It sits there. Head kind of swiveled in your direction. Not moving. Just sitting there. You could swear that
So
it was
Thuxora is
definitely
gonna
in your
listen.
bag.
Thuxora is gonna listen if she can still hear Crowley snoring.
Can she still hear you snoring, Crowley?
No. He's probably up, but just kind of laying there for a little bit.
Then she's gonna look over to see if Gwen is awake. Gwen.
Apparently, Gwen is not awake.
Oh, okay. Oh, Arya messaged me.
Oh, Tama's not even in here.
Tama's gonna dip? Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, I hope
she
you're
was really
doing
tired.
okay, Tama.
Tama,
Yeah, Tama's
We
gotta
missed
head out.
you.
we love you, Tama.
Okay, no worries. Okie dokie. I guess yeah, I don't mind doing that. I will puppet Gwyn for the time being then. Tama, I hope you feel better. I'm not sure what's wrong, but I hope you feel better.
Much hugs and love.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Taba. Yeah, don't yeah, feel free. Yeah, no. If you've got a dip, you've got a dip. No worries. Totally understand.
Don't worry about it.
I hope you feel better. Get some rest.
Dip, dip, potato chip.
Yeah.
Thuxora is just gonna mumble to herself, I could have sworn Crowley had the thing. Then she's gonna get dressed for the day.
Okay. You guys all get dressed up. Everything you guys are gonna do. Botak, you have a very nice, relaxing bath. I just realized there's no music playing, and I should have music playing.
Music is overrated.
Says the bard.
Says the bard. Yeah, exactly. Who needs that music? Thank you, Plasma, for that jerky. That was really jerky's so good. All right, what are you guys doing for the now that you've woken up?
Thuxora is gonna peek out of the door to see if the door to the guy's room is open.
I last left it closed, so
It is closed at the moment.
Then she's gonna knock at it.
Crowley's gonna open because he's already up. Hey, what's going on?
Crowley, did you were the one with the doll of the kid, right? You had that in your bag?
Yeah, it should be right over there.
Come out here. She basically takes a step aside and signals him to stand right here.
Okay.
Now she's gonna point through the open door at the table where the doll sits. So, how do you explain to me that it's sitting there?
Crowley, you peek in to see the doll. Still unmoving, just parked on top of the table.
I do not appreciate people going through my things.
Well, you know, if we weren't where we are right now, I would probably have kicked in your door, yelled at you, and then murdered you for coming into our room in the middle of the night. But
I haven't even left my room.
considering that we are where we are, and considering the things that we've seen happen, it wouldn't surprise me if the doll moved on its own. And I don't like it, but it's definitely a possibility.
How do you know Botak didn't do it just to freak you guys out?
He's too short to reach the table.
lies.
Fair.
You hear as Botek comes up the stairs.
How did you get through the window?
Shush. I have to freaking scroll. I can reach the tables just fine. Now, what's going on?
Well, our little doll here did a midnight excursion from Crowley's bag. She points at Crowley's bed because she assumes that he placed his stuff around the bed to our table.
Wait, hold on. Hold on a second. A doll. Okay. From
Yes.
inside our room, which was locked last night. And at least I think so. Probably you did lock the door, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So locked door. Decided to come, get up, go over to the door, unlock it, and somehow unlock your guys' door and plop itself down on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Makes total sense.
You do note that the door was not locked when you got up this morning.
Wait, my door?
Yes, you didn't have to unlock it. You just kind of got up and went down to the bath.
Ooh, that I did not know. Okay. Very strange. Very strange indeed. So when I got up, I went to go take a bath because, I let everybody else take the bath last night and I was just too tired to. The door to our room wasn't locked, so I believe you, Crowley. If you say you locked it, then you locked it. But who came in our room
So-
then?
Botek, I don't even know if anybody came in or if we just have a doll on the loose. Wouldn't be the first time.
I mean, it would be. Yeah, you're right. It wouldn't be the first time a doll has done something creepy in our presence.
Yep. Let me actually try something. And she moves over to the table, sits down next to the doll, and casts Identify.
Okay. I think you casted Identify on it before, right?
I'm not completely sure anymore. Did I?
Or no, I think you casted Detect Magic on it.
I don't have Detect Magic, so if anything, then I used Identify.
Well,
I
Strahd
already
looked at
did
it. The lady from the caravan looked at it, and I think that's it.
Yeah.
But
Everybody
we've
told us
never
it
gotten a
wasn't
straight
magical.
answer for anything, so.
Oh,
Okay.
I could have sworn somebody told us that wasn't magical, but
I do remember somebody casted Detect Magic on it, and I told you it was like a necromantic aura.
Oh no, then that was me using Identify.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, then I'm not. Then Thurxar is just gonna sit down with the doll and stare at it.
Okay. You stare at the doll.
Aw.
The doll stares back. Not moving or anything like that. It's a doll.
Darn. I was kind of expecting it to
What
get
the
up
hell?
and go, "Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey."
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
Oh my god! Now I'm having.
Send me a
You're
kiss by
welcome.
wire.
That scene from Spaceballs was so great.
Yep.
With the alien that like bursts out of the chest or whatever.
Yeah.
Welcome.
That
Anyway.
freaked me out as a kid. Like that scene specifically scared I didn't want to watch Spaceballs for so long when I was a kid because of that scene. I hated that scene when I was younger. Just that one scene.
So Threx, what you up to? What you doing?
Staring at the doll menacingly.
Irina's also on her bed, kind of looking at it. I assure you, I did not move it either.
How is this supposed to help?
Suddenly, Thurxar basically jumps up from her chair. God damn it, brain! Jumps up from her chair, points at the doll, being like, "Ha! I saw it. You moved."
I mean, are you investigating the doll, or what do you do? Are you just staring at it?
Literally just staring at it, and
You could roll a perception check for movement.
Waffles. The trick was to basically get it to move by pretending to have seen it moved,
I mean,
trying to force a reaction. The question is just, is that strategy successful?
it
gonna go
continues
with
to
no.
stare in the direction of the beds in which it had been when you first woke up.
Okay, Thurxar is just gonna turn around to the other Shrike, being like, "Was worth a try."
Threx, have you had any pie recently?
Nope.
How do you know it was in that
Well-
that dinner that they gave you last night?
You know, honestly, I don't think we're gonna find the girl anyway, so
Crowley's gonna walk over, take the doll, be like,
you know, why don't we just burn it and call it a day?
And I think... Well, let me check my... what do I got in my bag? I should have a tinder button. Yeah.
Prestidigitation.
No, wait. Hold on. Hold on. There's a reason for this. He's gonna use it to start acting like he's going to set it on fire
Okay.
to try and get a reaction out of it.
But that's
You
getting
go to start to set on. Roll a perception check.
All right.
See if you notice a reaction out of the doll.
$22.
As you go to light the doll on fire and you bring the flames closer to it, you could swear for a brief moment that its eyes dart in your direction. But almost as soon as you noticed any kind of movement or something like that, it is back to where it was. And you... Maybe it was a trick of the eyes, maybe it was the flickering lights of the fire next to its shadows. You're not entirely sure.
Well, sad to see it go, because sure, the kid's mother is going to be upset, but guess I'm going to have to do this.
He's gonna take the flame and bring it closer and closer to the doll till it's like right near it, almost about to burn it.
Okay. As you do, the small little the hairs that make up whatever kind of synthetic hairs make up the doll's hair begins to shrivel up, curl up. Are you lighting it on fire, or are you just bringing it really close?
I'm bringing it close enough to where it's about to catch.
Okay. You bring it closer and closer. The doll just keeps sitting there.
Prestidigitation. I snuff out the fire.
Just as
The whole
the kind of frills on the side of the dress begin to darken, the flame goes out.
its
Still
eyes
no
moved.
effect. Okay.
You don't know if it was the prestidigitation or something else. The flame went out.
The eyes moved before I brought the flame over to it.
That confirms the moving doll thesis. Now, the question is, what does it want to tell us?
Oh.
Well, I mean, the first thing that it could do is if it did want to communicate, it could communicate. But if it is some evil entity inside this thing, then maybe we should actually burn it.
I have a better idea. Let me quickly.
Fireball! Mage hand, yeet it out the window.
Yeah, I don't have a fireball, so if anything, chill touch.
Are you gonna chill touch the doll? Cold doll.
No, hmm. Hmm. The question now is, should we take it with us or should we leave it here for now?
I mean, to be honest, has it done any harm?
Not
You
yet.
know, maybe we should just bring it to the church.
That's
We're
an
going there
idea.
anyway.
The power of the
good
Morning
idea.
Lord compels you.
Also, just to clarify, Monty never had an intention of burning the doll because he still wants to find the girl.
Monty?
Oh
What?
yeah.
Wrong character
Oh.
smooth.
Crowley, I'm sorry.
They both end in E.
Crowley just grows a monkey tail for a second.
Is that another RP character? Yeah, I mean, other than singeing a few hairs and darkening the frills on the side of the pretty nice dress, no real damage.
Hmm. Well, guys, let's move to the church.
Oh.
See if we find out anything over there.
All right, you guys
Oh.
heading on over to the church.
I'll go get the rest of my stuff.
Time for church.
Yay.
Normal me is like, ah, shit, church. Botox like, oh, okay.
Oh no, church. All right.
Botox like, okay, let's go.
You guys head out of the town. Are you guys just heading straight to the church? You just leaving the tavern? You gonna talk to anybody before you go, or?
I'm all for going straight to the church. What about you guys?
Yeah.
All right, you guys walk down the stairs and look over the morning Vallaki. The town is relatively clearer than the last town that you went through. Seems like the mist doesn't have as strong a presence here, almost as if the large wooden palisade that makes up the town is keeping it at bay almost. Did he give you directions to the church? I think he did, right? Pretty sure he
Yeah,
did
like last
last
time.
session. Yes, down the road, he said. That's right, down the main thoroughfare. There are people going to and fro, just as there were when you initially arrived at the city. But people still kind of stay very far away from you. They kind of move off the streets, giving you side-eyed glances, very distrusting stares as you move through the town. You travel along the main path for I would say, about an hour or so, past several the architecture in Barovia is a very the houses look like they're supposed to be fancy, but they have all kind of a strange askew design to them, almost like they were hastily put up and tried to look fancy as they were doing it. Not really well designed, but trying to look like some semblance of a very much nicer, richer neighborhood than so far what you've seen tells you.
Oh. Just a richer shade of blue.
As you walk through the town, you pass by more villagers, occasionally a town's guard with a very the town's guard wears these kind of leather caps with these very colorful like feathers sticking out of them, almost kind of looking more like bards or entertainers than actual guards. Their armor has kind of these brighter colors, almost similar to the Vistani, but not as omnipresent. Kind of just flashes of color here and there. Kind of painted furs in different parts of their armors. They watch you as you go by, giving you the same kind of very distant stares that the rest of the community gives you.
Thuxora just turns around to the others and is like, "What? Guys, just be happy that I don't run around like that."
Why?
Well, I've seen other bards on my travels, and some of them, well, compared to some of them, to be honest, these guardsmen here, they are harmless.
To be honest, okay, these are supposed to be guards, correct? So they're not, trained in the musical arts or other fanciful arts like you are. So
Yeah, but what I'm trying to get at that apparently some bards try to make up for lack of musical knowledge with fancy and weird-looking clothing. Once I met a bard that basically ran around dressed like a humongous pumpkin.
and that's actually an interesting person. I wouldn't mind meeting
Pumpkin
someone like
bard.
that.
Gwyn. Thuxora, there we go. Thuxora bends over to Crowley, and Gwyneth is just like, "I always knew his taste was bad, but that bad? Ooh."
I don't get it.
And then continues on.
I don't get it.
Does Bartek listen to country music?
I
should rephrase
never
that.
really-
Would he if it existed in this universe?
Would he
Probably
listen to
not.
country music?
Probably not.
Okay.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Okay. Well, then he's fine.
Give me 1 second. What just happened? I heard a ding. I heard a ding. Dings happened. Pact of the GM. Thank you for the raid. Oh, hey, how's it going? Welcome. Welcome, guys, to Dungeons and Breakfast, Curse of Strahd, episode 16. We're in Vallaki right now. Pact of the GM. I'm gonna guess you're a D&D player, or at least you're familiar with it. Welcome. Thank you, Arya, for shouting them out. Oh, man. They're about to go to, our party is about to go to the church in Vallaki. We might be a D&D just maybe. That's a good name. I like your name. Have you done the Curse of Strahd module before? Anyways, getting back into it. As your group passes through the town, you pass by these kind of colorful guards and these dour looks as you walk by. Is anybody who's leading this group, or are you guys kind of all just walking simultaneously together? You kind of have room for however you want to travel because the townspeople are giving you a very wide berth here.
I guess we can go side by side.
It is packed, yes, but I love it. I've ran it a few times and it's amazing. I love Curse of Strahd. You guys are just walking side by side. Whoever wants to then make a perception check.
Okay. 25.
25. Okay.
19 plus 6.
Okay, Danzigen. Yeah, no worries. I totally understand. You can, if nobody wants to be spoiled on Curse of Strahd, there's obviously going to be huge spoilers for anybody who wants to run the module. So,
We are currently playing that.
no worries. No hard feelings there. Can we
wait.
canonically add Lil Nas X to the Curse of Strahd?
Wait to you did way better than I did. I got a 3.
Please no Lil
Anyway,
Nas X
yeah.
Curse of Strahd. I don't want to see that music video. That like one pose at the end of the what's that song? The one music video.
Montero, I want.
Yes, Montero, the Montero
someone-
pose, but it's Strahd
I
instead
want,
of the devil.
Yes, I want someone to take Strahd and just recreate that entire video.
Oh no, that just gave me real bad vibes. Sorry. 25 and a 3.
Hey, Chachi, if we add our rolls together, we can actually get a 20.
Let's do it. Our powers combine.
Form of a bucket of water.
All right. As you're moving along, Thurxora, Botak, you're kind of just focused on all the different people that are giving you side glances and stares, and you're just kind of looking back at them as you move on. Thurxora,
people watching.
you're looking around. And you get this odd sensation, this feeling of being watched. And as you walk through this town, you quickly turn and look over your shoulder to see somebody step into an alleyway very quickly.
Guys, I think we're getting followed.
What about Rascal Flats?
Yes.
No dummy.
Oh. Do
Let them follow.
Oh. Yeah.
We'll have a gift for them.
Do we want to Do you know what they look like? You know, or no?
You weren't able to catch the figure. It looked like a man, but they quickly dipped into the alleyway before you could get a good look at him.
I really just saw them for a fracture of a second, so it's a human. I can tell you that much.
It's a humanoid figure.
Gotcha.
Or at least something with 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head.
That could be anything. Yeah, well.
Standing up.
Let's just keep going.
You guys continuing onwards?
If and when they want to show themselves, we'll be ready.
Okay. All of you continue onwards. Are you going to keep an eye out, or how are you proceeding exactly?
Crowley is absolutely keeping an eye out.
Okay.
So is Duxora.
All right. 2 of you can roll perception checks to try and keep an eye out for whatever kind of individual may be following you.
13.
Fucking kill me.
That sounds like a.
Yeah, I got a 12.
I don't see where fucking kill me is on my dice.
Yeah.
I got a
Man.
12.
You got a 12?
I have a
12 and 13?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have a special dice that when I roll a natural 1, it just says run.
Doesn't matter because they rolled terribly on their stealth.
Da-dum.
You continue forward. And as you do, you're taking the time to try and catch anybody that may be following you off guard with quick turns of your head. Again, as you continue onwards and turn your head, you see a figure dip into the alleyway. This time, they're not as quick. And it's definitely a man, dressed in kind of this drab outfit, nothing standing out about it, wears a hood, and it is kind of hard to see their face. Despite the fact that there is less mist here, there is still some mist to the town of Valaki, and it is still pretty decently hard to see anything in the distance. And they're keeping a pretty fair distance away from you, about 40, 50 feet or so. You glance over your shoulder. They dip into the alleyway again. Again, you continue onwards. Glance over to your shoulder. Kind of nonchalantly look at this strange, there's just a man gardening potatoes in a small little garden next to his house. And you kind of see, as you turn your head, this figure turns and begins a conversation with the man gardening his potatoes, who doesn't really seem to be interested in this conversation whatsoever. And it becomes an awkward kind of, you see the figure briefly look over in your direction, try and forcefully continue this conversation, but it doesn't look like it's working out for them. And they just kind of stroll nonchalantly away from the man gardening in his little tiny garden.
Should we see what they want? Because they're following us very obviously.
He rolled like a 2 on his stealth. He did not roll well.
Should we just turn the corner and just, wait at the corner for them to try and catch up and then grab them when they do?
That works.
Sounds good to me.
All right, we're gonna jump them.
Okay. How are you guys gonna do that?
Literally, we're
we'll
gonna.
see. Well,
There's a
first
corner
there's this.
right there.
Yeah.
There's a corner right here. We're gonna
Okay.
go around the corner, and then literally wait
Like,
for
hide behind a
him to
building?
follow. Yeah. And but the moment that he like turns the corner, he's gonna see all of us just sitting there staring at him.
Okay. Okay. Are you gonna try and like hide from him as you dip around this corner and try and surprise him?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody make a stealth check, including Irina.
Yay! Stealth check. I'm.
Irina rolled a 12.
Same.
Uh-huh. As I thought.
And I'm supposed to be good at stealth.
I'm supposed to be bad at stealth, and I did 4.
Oh no.
I got a net 20.
Nice. You rolled pretty high on his perception check. Okay, so you got what was the rolls again?
Okay.
Oh, I got to roll for Gwyn too because Gwyn. Oh, Gwyn rolled pretty.
Botek is-
Gwyn rolled a
Botek is
19.
really-
Heck yeah, go Gwyn.
Botek literally just was just like, we're just gonna turn the corner and we're just gonna sit there and wait. Everybody else decided to go and hide. Botek's just like, gonna sit there and just be like, I'm waiting for this guy.
Actually, when Thuxora notices that, she signals Boltek and Crowley to basically keep going on, to basically be bait, while she and Gwyn try to hide.
Okay. So you're sending Botak off as kind of bait.
Botak and I.
Yeah, Boltek and Crowley.
Botak and Crowley are the bait while you guys stealth. Okay. Well, you guys already rolled stealth, but I'll we can.
I didn't really care.
I will.
I'm going with my roll, to be honest.
Okay.
Crowley, do you know what that signal means from Threx? Because I don't.
Keep going.
As your group, are you distracting him, or are you just kind of?
We're gonna be the distraction, and I'm assuming they're gonna come up behind him, so we can kind of pincer move him.
Okay. All right. So you guys are continuing down the street, and the other ones are going to hide behind the corner. Okay. You guys already rolled for it, but I'll allow it. It's okay. Your group, Irina, Gwyn, and Thuxora are going to hide behind the building. Botak and Crowley, you continue onwards, and you kind of briefly check over your shoulder. And again, you see this person following you, hood up. They haven't noticed you, Thuxora, or Gwyn or Irina. And they pass by your house. What are you gonna do? You gonna jump at them?
We're going to basically walk up behind him and see how long it takes until he notices.
You're gonna
Basically just
walk up
casually
behind him and
strolling.
try and pincer move him, kind of
we were basically
stalk
just
the
gonna
stalker.
See, well, the idea that we had is to not cause a giant public ruckus. We will have the guys walk in the front, the dude following them, and we will just casually stroll down the road behind him to
Okay.
see what happens when he
It is
notices.
very hard for you guys to casually stroll down the road, considering how much you guys stand out as like a sore thumb here in
I get that.
Vallaki. The townspeople skirt out of your way as soon as you get anywhere near them. They do not seem to be interested in hanging within close proximity of you. The streets they're not super busy. It's not like a crowded, like bustling city or anything like that. It's a few people going about their day, so it would be kind of hard to blend in or anything like that. You would have to definitely try and there's no like nonchalantly walking behind him and stalking him. He would definitely realize that you're behind him.
Okay, if that's not an option, maybe we should just walk up to him being like, hello, good sir, can we help you somehow?
Is that what you're gonna do?
Trying to get that element of the surprise. I mean,
Thank you,
considering
Plasma,
that
for redeeming Hydrate.
I'm
Hold
the
on.
only player currently in that group.
Yeah. For anybody who's showing up, one of our players had to head out for the evening, so I'm puppeting him for the night. There is one NPC in the group, Irina.
I could do something very horrible.
Put the underpants on his head.
No.
I'm sorry.
Give him a
How
wedgie.
far away are we from him?
As he passes by the building, you're about 10 feet, 15 feet from him.
Guys, should I do something or This has the potential to go horribly wrong. I mean, assuming that he's human, he should have an intelligence score of more than 4, right?
You would think.
Maybe he's the dumbest. Maybe he's really, really dumb. He could be super dumb.
You can do the mage hand trick. That'll stop him.
Oh no!
The mage hand trick.
Oh no.
Actually, that's a pretty good idea.
Oh, much.
The good old
Okay,
classic.
ready.
The classic barf
Xara
trick.
is gonna do the classic mage hand trick.
Alright,
With-
I'll
with
get
the-
ready.
Mage hand down the throat.
All right, as he's moving along, roll sleight of hand to try and gag him with the mage hand trick that has been so pervasive throughout this entire campaign. There's a lot of
Oh,
for anybody who
It has
doesn't
helped a
know,
lot.
several times during the campaign, Thurxora has masterfully used her mage hand cantrip to gag people and make them bring their lunch back up, so to speak. Several times.
It's an 18.
Yeah, that works. You watch as this man is Botak and Crowley. The man continues to follow you. As you peer over your shoulders briefly, just trying your best to get a glimpse of him without totally giving yourselves away that you're onto him. You suddenly see him bend over and begin to like dry heave, just clutches his stomach, shakes his head.
Part 2 of
Riley.
the plan. Thurxara and the others are gonna come out from their hiding spot, basically being like, "Oh God, are you okay?
I was just gonna say, Crowley's
was
gonna
your
turn around and be
breakfast
like,
too much for you today?"
yeah, Crowley's gonna turn around and just be like, oh, buddy, are you all right? and then just
I'm
run
fine.
up there.
I'm
so that
fine.
They can.
No, it's all right. Come here. We'll help you out.
And he's gonna like wrap
sorry.
his arm around his other arm and help him up, but lock him there.
Okay.
With his arm.
Thuxara
Like,
basically
grabbing
signals
onto
the
him?
People, but basically turns around to the people around being like, yeah, we had some pretty interesting breakfast today. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay. The townspeople. You see a woman kind of hauling this cart of. You guessed it, potatoes.
Some taters.
She is bringing it down this cobblestone road, looks at your group, and immediately like turns around and begins heading in the other direction, just very conspicuously, just not even trying to pretend, just goes the other direction. The rest of the everybody else is already avoiding you, so there's not much difference in their attitudes. As you wrap your arm, kind of link it with his and try and hold him there, he looks up at you, and you see this kind of a gruff face, a bushy beard, not too long, but kind of just kind of sticks straight out. Got a gash over one of his eyebrows, missing a lot of hair on top of his head, kind of has almost a horseshoe thing going on. His hood has come off over the top of his head as he tried to dry heave for a moment. No, it's okay. It's just a little. I did not eat well this morning. Thank you for looking after me, though.
Well,
You
hold
can
on, hold on a minute, sir.
He's gonna feel something. Not really, like, just kind of jabbing him in the side, and while Crowley's arm is wrapped around the other guy's arm, his dagger is in his right hand, kind of just poking him.
No, I think you should. I think you should come with us. Here, we'll help you.
Yes. Okay. Where are we going? You can kind of see a nervous glance on his face as he kind of begins
Do we see
sweating a little bit.
anywhere that's kind of in public where he wouldn't try and do anything, but still where we can be distant from people?
The intersection is pretty. I mean, it's about the busiest place around here that you would see of these kind of streets. You could bring him farther back towards the Blue Water Inn, but that might be a few minutes, about a half an hour or so to get back there.
Any alleyways or anything about?
Plenty of alleyways. Yes, there's plenty of secluded alleyways between these very narrow, very askew, rickety-looking, hastily built, fancy buildings, so to speak.
Okay. Then Crowley will motion to the others and start leading him to one of the alleys.
Yep.
Hey, Time Lord, happy lurking. Hope you're doing good.
Once they get in there and are out of view of people, he's gonna slam him against the wall with the dagger against his neck.
Okay, you you slam him up against the wall in the alleyway, and
Why are you following us?
Thuxara is just gonna look over to Crowley and like, holy shit, Crowley.
I
You didn't
keep
do anything yet. You just followed us. Don't go completely overboard, please. But yeah, good sir, we couldn't help but notice that you were following us, so we would like to know why.
Crowley roll an intimidation. check.
I'm with Crowley on this.
Fuck. 9. How do I have a... Alright, so I have a -1 for intimidation. I'm a fucking pirate.
It's charisma skill, so
Gotta use them too.
Well, Thrixora was helping you out, I could say, though she was you doing the good cop, bad cop thing. You can roll advantage with it, I will say.
So just roll again? Or-
Yes. Yep.
A 10.
A little better.
Crowley would probably just release his grip a little bit when she said that. Not enough that he can get away, but just enough.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was continuing on my day when I was jumped by a strange group of travelers.
that you happened to follow around, and whenever we looked your way, you disappeared in any way. Are you-
Or talk to people.
We've seen you quite a while ago.
I have a very busy route on my way through the town. I have a lot of people I need to talk to.
If we asked the potato salesman from earlier, would he say the same? That you actually had to talk to him?
But I don't know who you're talking about.
Hmm.
Ah, so he is lying. Can we kill him now?
100%.
No. Listen, I don't. I just keep watch on people who come to town. Listen, it is. I'm just curious. It's curiosity. You are a strange group of outsiders. So I thought I would see what you were up to. I didn't mean any harm by it.
Mm-hmm.
No harm in stalking a group of people.
I keep an eye on all strangers that come into the town.
Crowley's gonna
Just
stow
wonder
his
why.
dagger, still kind of just holding him against the wall.
So is this like your job or something?
Not so much as a job as a hobby. I'm
It's
just a
your
curious
hobby to
person.
stalk people. Hmm. You know, I'm kind of tempted to let Crowley here have fun.
I mean, yeah, he hasn't stabbed a person in a while. I'm sure he's slowly showing a sense of withdrawal.
Surely, I'm just an innocent. Just curiosity. It was just curiosity.
Mm-hmm. So, buddy,
How about-
let's make a deal here. You seem to be a very curious person, and curious people tend to notice things that not so curious people do not notice. So maybe you can help us with a few of our problems, and
Problems like what?
first of all, we would like to know if there's other outsiders or outstanding people around, or that have been around in the
Besides,
past.
what's
few
his face
weeks.
from the inn?
The strange storyteller. That
Yeah.
is. Well. There was a woman who was asking around the gates, but she was Vistani and they would not let her in. Other than that, you are the first outsiders we've had in at least a year. Several. I don't know how many moons, but not for a long time, at least.
Okay.
Can I go now?
Well, one more question. If we have any further questions, where do we find you? Next time, I would say we can maybe negotiate for information on name or eye to eye level.
Oh, I have a house down the road. It is well, it is if you go down the road and you take a left,
Would Crowley be able to tell if he's lying?
you'll roll an insight check.
All right. What the fuck? 7.
Oh no. I mean, he seems really nervous, but it's hard to tell whether or not he's lying or not. It just seems like he's very nervous. You go down the road, you take a left, you will see a large red house, very, very tall. That's my house. That is where I'll be.
Okay, one last question. What is your name, my friend?
I am Emst, Emst Lamak.
Emst Lamak, okay. Well, Emst,
Yes.
it was very nice to meet you. I hope you're not having any further troubles with your breakfast, and
Nice to meet you too.
The next time, if you need to speak with someone, it does well to just walk up and ask.
I will keep that in mind.
We ever see you following us like that again, won't be this pretty.
No, noted. Thank you, oh humble travelers, for your mercy.
Crowley's
bye,
gonna let him go.
Emst.
May the morning lord guide your path. And he just like turns around and begins to scurry off, and kid stumbles over himself for a brief moment, and just heads off as fast as possible down the street, bumping into a few people on the way.
I don't know if that was the best way to handle that.
Yeah, Crowley, maybe. I mean, I know you like stabbing things, but please don't just go around stabbing random townspeople. Thank you very much.
I was not planning on stabbing him unless he gave me a reason to. I'm just tired of dealing with idiots.
Well, speaking of that, onwards to the church.
Ugh.
Oh, church.
Alright.
Oh,
church.
who wants to go to church? Nobody wants to go to church. All right, you continue onwards using the directions that Erwin gave you at the Blue Water Inn, continuing down the road. More villagers, and you definitely notice all these villagers, the town's guard and officials, all dressed in this nicely colored bright outfits and things like that. The rest of the people in this town, very inconspicuous. Browns and kind of tattered clothing. Strangely disproportionate to the kind of large decorative houses that make up most of this town. Almost like somebody else built these houses and these people are just living in them. It is a strange contrast. Nevertheless, they avoid you as you continue onward to the church. Give me 1 second. That would bring you guys. Eventually, you reach, as you get towards the outside of the village, towards the western side of it, the population density, as thin as it already was, begins to thin out even more and more. And fewer people in Town's Guard and things like that are visible. Eventually, you see a building much larger than the one surrounding it. You see a massive stone church, slouching, centuries old, with this kind of bulging steeple in the back, and these like cracked, stained glass windows on the side of it. A fence of wrought iron encloses this garden of gravestones next to it. And more conspicuously than the rest of the town, a thin mist creeps amongst the graves. It's not the prettiest church you've ever seen, or the most upkept. But you think this might be it.
Is it at least looking less wrecked than the one in Barovia Village?
It looks in better repair than the one that was in Barovia Village, considering that one had burn marks, scratch marks, broken windows, and a partially caved-in roof. It is still intact.
Alright, guys, ready for the next vampire.
I'm ready to ask some questions, maybe get some answers.
All right, your group
Let's go.
approaches the large double doors to this church. And this one is a bit bigger than the one in the village of Barovia. This loud kind of creaking noise gives way, just, and from inside you hear this echoing voice of someone giving a speech. It reverberates off the walls. And the morning Lord will guide us on the path to salvation from the weariness that takes our lands. We will continue upon the path of light, for that is the one place that he cannot step. You see several people in pews, heads bowed, some of them arms outstretched, some of them clasping their hands. All of them turn as you enter to look at you. The sermon is halted for a moment as you see a man sitting at a large a podium with a symbol of a sunburst carved into a very fine oaken wood. The man wears a white cloak, very similar to the one that you would see Donovich in. This silver trim, with this gold trim depiction of a sunburst on the outfit.
Fancy.
He has this long slicked back, black hair. Kind of this long face, angled chin. Looks at your group. Ah, welcome, visitors, to our humble church of the Morning Lord. Please, if you wish to hear my sermon, take a seat. And he kind of waves his hand over the pews. The other churchgoers just stare at you.
They're like, who the heck are these guys? I think we'll just go ahead and take a spot and just plop down.
Okay.
Crowley's gonna just kind of stand by the door, back on the wall, not really comfortable.
Okay.
Thuxara is also gonna pick a spot.
Okay.
Sit down.
So Crowley's leaning against the wall. The rest of you all find like a spot on the pews to sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The pastor of the church continues to spout the same kind of stuff you've heard about the Morning Lord. How the Morning Lord will release them all from the Devil Strahd's eternal grip. How the light will someday return to Barovia. The fields will be green, the skies will light up, and the mist shall be no more. After a good, assuming you guys listened to the whole sermon, after about a good hour or so,
And that's a long time.
it's a church sermon.
Fair.
By the way, Thuxara is just gonna sit there, close her eyes, and just sleep.
Take a quick power nap.
Yeah, and looking as if she were listening with her eyes closed.
Crowley
Okay.
has his eyes are closed, but he's not asleep. He's just trying to tune everything out. He's very much in the mindset of I really wish I were somewhere else right now.
So about most people when they're forced to go to church as kids, boy, I could be playing video games right now.
Basically.
After about an hour, the sermon dies down, and the people get up from the pews and begin heading out the doors, giving you, as usual, a wide berth, strange, awkward glances, but avoiding conversation or any sort of confrontation whatsoever, kind of just wanting to get out of there very fast.
Do we stink or something? We bathed.
I mean,
You feel like you
Well-
smell nice.
you all did bathe last night. When you do sleep, there is a chance that you all be sweating in the morning.
Strahd has affected you with stinky curse. You all have stinky curse. That will teach
Oh,
them. As the sermon finishes, the pastor steps down from his podium and approaches whichever one of you is closest. Thurxora, I think you're sitting amongst the pews. And Botak. Thank you for coming to our Church of Saint Andrew. It is very rare that we get outsiders here. Tell me, what brings you here to Vallaki? Do you seek the guidance of the Morning Lord?
We do seek something, but that's not it right now. We've traveled from the village of Barovia to find a safe haven for our friend Irina here.
Irina sort of bows her head. I do not mean to bring you any trouble. We have come a long way from my town. I heard that Vallaki might have some safety. The pastor kind of glances down at the ground for a moment, contemplating. And this is why you have come to the town, to seek sanctuary from the dangers outside of Vallaki.
At least for our friend. The four of us, I think we can handle most of it ourselves pretty well.
What pursues her?
Well,
Strahd.
yeah, him.
The devil Strahd pursues her.
I prefer to call him asshole, but you know, to each their own.
Well, he does take many names. Asshole is one of them. Tell me, what has brought such attention to her that he would take interest in her personally?
If I do remember correctly, I believe he thinks she is someone else. Someone that he is close to.
He seems to confuse her with a Tartiana.
He seems to be old and senile.
Oh, sure.
That name is unfamiliar to me. But I am afraid that there is no sanctuary to be found here, at least at the moment. Up until very recently, I would have done what I could to take her in under the guiding light of the Morning Lord and offered her a safe haven here. But, unfortunately, this is no longer hallowed ground. So, I cannot offer her the safety that she seeks. At least from the devil Strahd himself.
Why is this no longer hollow ground?
Well, you see, until recently, there was a holy relic kept here at the church. It was a source of sacred power, keeping the devil Strahd at bay. Unfortunately, it turns out that somebody decided to take off with this sacred relic. It was stolen from us.
Somebody pilfered it. Do you have any idea who that would be?
I have some ideas. You sit now in the Church of Saint Andrew, one of the greatest prophets of the Morning Lord. He founded this church here in Vallaki, and his bones rest beneath the church. Some say they were imbued with a sacred energy of the Morning Lord. That through the Morning Lord's gift unto him, they fight off evils that would try and taint this sacred ground. However, it is not enough to drive off mortal beings. Someone of a more human nature took off with the bones.
Oh.
I have I would say, I've taken upon myself an apprentice who has so far been a great help to me. He digs the graves as they are needed. He makes sure that the lanterns are lit. And the ceremonies for the daily morning prayers are set in place. However, he has been acting somewhat strangely lately. And I fear that somewhat untoward powers have come over him. I do not know the details, and I have been fearful to confront him directly about it. But he is the only one I have told about the bones other than you.
Sounds like we got our main suspect then. If we can get back these bombs, then Irina can have a very safe place away from Strahd and his minions.
That would hopefully be so. At least it would give her a safe place. But where these bones are now, I do not know, and perhaps you would be able to talk to my apprentice. You see, outsiders here in Vallaki are rare. But they are the most untainted by the land, by the darkness that tries to swallow us all. Therefore, I must place my trust in you. For the Morning Lord sends his followers, and he aids us in different ways. And he kind of looks at you, Botak, and notices your emblem that you carry. depicting the sunburst of Tolviren. Different looking, not the same kind of sunburst that he's like wearing or anything like that, but it is still
Right.
a depiction of the sun. Yes. In different ways, indeed. Would you perhaps be able to talk to Milivaj and ascertain whether or not he stole these bones?
And if he did,
I will,
why?
of course, come with you, but it is difficult for me to confront him, and you will see why.
Hmm. Well, guys, what do you think?
Sure as hell can try. And
Yeah.
if it gives us the opportunity to find a safe place for Irina, then we might as well.
All right. Do you know where he lives? Or where
Well,
we can
he
find him?
usually arrives in the afternoon, for he must do his grave digging duties.
Hmm.
I'm not quite sure where he lives, but if you wait here for an hour or so, he should arrive. He will be in the graveyard.
Okay. All right. So how we gonna handle this, guys? We're gonna wait out for him, but
I think
inside
we
the
should
building.
just ask him first.
I okay. That's an option. Yes, of course. I meant like, are we gonna be out in the graveyard waiting for him, or we're gonna be inside unseen first, and then approach him once he starts like doing his job?
I mean, in here we have stuff to sit down and relax, so why should we be outside in the mist, standing our feet into our stomachs if we can also just sit down here?
I don't know.
You are free to stay in the church as you wish.
I'm literally trying to get a plan of action here. Because if like, let's say 4 people with weapons, or strangers that you don't know start approaching you from the building, and you may or may not have stolen something, would you run? Would you sit there and wait
Well,
for them
if-
to come
Most-
see?
If he runs, that
It
would
does not automatically
basically
make him guilty.
yeah, that would basically show that he's guilty, and she looks over to Gwyn.
If he runs, that won't automatically mean he's guilty. If he sees people with weapons.
I agree.
You gotta
The
remember.
thing is, even if he runs, I'm pretty sure we have some people here that can catch up with him.
Irina's a pretty fast runner.
Irina is a pretty fast runner. Okay.
It's not like
Anyways,
anyone.
You haven't seen her
It's like
tackle game
the-
yet.
Literally, the
here
only
it is.
person that probably wouldn't be able to keep up with them,
She plays
would be me.
football on a regular basis.
Yeah, would be Bozak. with his
because my
short
only because my movement speed is 5 less than your guys's. That's literally the only reason.
Yeah, I have another proposal actually. I think my proposal is that we should end it here and continue next session when Tama is there.
Yeah, I was just gonna wait until if you guys wanted to come up with a plan or something like that, but we can also postpone it and wait for Gwyn to arrive back into her body.
Yeah, we'll just pretty much wait for an hour.
Okay.
And Yeah, that'll
Okay.
be basically it. We will start off the next session, I guess. Just
With a plan in mind
plan in mind and gonna tackle this guy down.
to tackle him
Well,
down. Get
talk to him
Irina
first,
to tackle
but
him with their American football prowess.
exactly. All of us are gonna corner him. We're gonna come in with 5 different points of attacks and just
Wrangle him up like a piggy.
all right.
Okay, cool.
I'm
That
ready.
seems like a good place to end for tonight. It has been a couple hours, and I'd want to make sure Gwyn's back in here for something important like this. So
Yeah.
we
Darn.
will wait on that. But
Darn, I didn't get to bonk anybody.
well, that was an interesting session. We didn't get very far, but we got some baths in and creepy dolls.
We got Botek being bullied.
We got a
That's
creepy
just a-
stalker, man. You've been stalking by dolls and
No, this
people.
is
You've been
different, bully.
stalked.
You literally got kicked out of the room for doing absolutely nothing but wanting to sleep.
You got the better bed anyways. You had the one with the wolf blanket.
Exactly, Corkin. No bonk. Fix it.
No bonk. No, not this session. Next session, maybe you guys do the bonk. Maybe bonk
Oh,
next
yeah.
session.
Next session, next week, we bonk more.
Next session,
Why
more
not?
bonkage.
If we paint Guinevere gray, maybe we can camouflage her as a gargoyle.
That'd be funny.
Anyways, thank you everybody for hanging out. Thank you, Deadly and Schmoodle and Chachi and Tama. If you're still there, Tama, I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're feeling okay. I'm sorry you had to dip. Feel better. And thank you anybody who's watching and hanging out with us during the bath dash creepy doll dash stalker man stream. Oh man, yes. Yeah, we'll see what happens next session with Milivar.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, Plasma. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you've been doing good. I hope Halo Infinity is going good. I didn't even know that was out.
No, yeah, the multiplayer came out yesterday. I've had problems with it.
Oh, really?
Literally every time I die and respawn, the game crashes.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
imagine them releasing a functioning multiplayer.
It's still the beta, right?
No,
Yep.
this is the
Yeah,
no,
this is
this is
no.
Chachi,
This is a beta.
It is
No.
officially a full functionality beta.
Yes.
That's how they labeled
To
it.
finish. They
Is
did the
it
same thing with
really?
Halo Reach when Halo Reach was released to get the last bit of bugs before full on launch.
Is it stress
Okay.
testing? Server stress testing?
Oh, I
Yeah,
will
because
say,
when they
I will
did the
say
flights-
This, though. I will say this, okay? Yesterday I had my friend who is a developer of Halo Infinite come into my chat and literally tell me the beginning of the season for Battle Pass and everything. So literally the multiplayer is basically out for everyone
Yes.
Mhm.
right
The
now.
season starts, but it's still a beta.
Yep.
I doubt it. She
It-
has told me otherwise. that
My
it's-
friend works at
Chachi, It
Nintendo.
has been officially announced by Microsoft as a beta.
Okay.
Either way, it sounds like it's buggy as heck.
It is. It is.
So I hope they squash those before later on if it's fully are they doing. I mean, either way, they're doing updates to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Though, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really play Halo for the multiplayer anyway. I play it for
Yeah.
the campaign.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing she told me. The campaign will absolutely not be co-op when the game is launched.
oh no.
Yeah,
No,
that-
it's gonna
that
be-
was- That was
That was known.
also.
Oh, no.
That's absolutely dog shit.
Oh
All
no.
the other Halo
Rip.
games had it.
I just play it so that I just drive around in the car and run people over. That's kind of my entire Halo experience. Is
Yay.
literally driving in circles and trying to hit people. I don't play any Halo without vehicles. the only Halo I play is with vehicles because I can't aim a gun for crap. I cannot aim guns in video games.
Waffles.
I am terrible at it.
Waffles, you would have fun in my brother's zombie map known as Halo City. You would literally be driving around in the car just smashing into zombies off.
I do remember the zombie games. I used to play the zombie custom games. Those were fun. The infection types, yeah.
Infection.
Yeah, I used to play the heck out of those. Those are really fun. Halo 3 was I loved Halo 3. I played the heck out of Halo 3.
Oh, same here.
I remember
Meanwhile,
having a
I'm
blast
just sitting
with
here being like, I just play shooters without auto aim.
that. I try to aim a gun and like my screen is just going all over the place. This is why I don't play
And your mouse sensitivity is too high.
no, it's my hand sensitivity is too low. My brain sensitivity just doesn't mouse and keyboard just doesn't come naturally to me for aiming and stuff like that. I'm a controller boy.
Same. Because controller is
I'm probably
superior.
better with controller, but I'm trying with keyboard.
Well, the only reason why you say that is because the only shooters that you ever played are the ones where the developers balance them so shittily that mouse and keyboard on a PC game is absolutely not viable.
Well,
Fair.
it wasn't originally developed for.
Anyway, yeah.
But if you make a PC port, you're not making it in a way that PC players can't play it competitively because they are just getting fucked over by auto aim.
Welcome to the D&D Halo stream where we discuss the intricacies of mouse and keyboard versus controllers in Halo games with D&D Curse of Strahd.
The priest looks at our party in a very confused manner.
I want to see Strahd playing Halo. Thank you for the follow, Hooded.
That'd be funny. Anyway,
Hooded's like, I'm into this D&D Halo stream crossover. Next time you guys see Strahd, he's gonna be on Halo, just being like, "Wow, I totally shot that guy. What the hell? That is totally not cool. Wow, that is I call lag."
Anyway.
Okay.
Go over to Back for Blood now.
Yeah. Okay, Chachi. Thank you for
I will
hanging
see
out.
Everyone here later. Have fun the rest of your night, guys.
Yeah, Daddy.
You've been in here for the 2 seconds. You're in for the long haul. Well, we're just ending stream, Hooded. I'm so sorry. You got here just in time. For us to be, we're just wrapping up the stream right now. They went through the town of Valaki. A lot of things happened.
If you enjoyed our campaign so far, feel free to tune in again next week.
Yes, every Friday we do this.
You mean Tuesday? Yeah.
Tuesday. Sorry, I was thinking of Spoopy Friday for some reason. Every Tuesday we do this.
At 4:30 p.m. because Waffles can't make it.
Tuesday is the new Friday, guys.
Every Tuesday we do this, and so we will next week.
About 4:30
VODs
Eastern usually.
As well.
Yes, we do have.
You can tune into the VODs.
Yes, and we have VODs. I've been uploading them on YouTube. I think all of them are uploaded up to this point right now. YouTube/Waffles for Chumps VODs. So you can check it out there. If anybody missed anything and they want to check it out, that's where you can find it. Who do you guys want to raid? Let's raid somebody.
Who's on?
Sad. Oh man, Hooded. Oh. Well, you can catch us next week.
Kanako's on.
True, and she's playing Halo.
Really?
Yep.
What is their Steam?
RP. There's
Steam. Stream. Twitch.
I think
Oh my
it's
gosh,
a good point
my
that
brain is
we are
short circuiting. Yeah,
It's
it's probably a good
Miss
thing that we
Underscore
stopped here.
Kanako.
Here, I'll type it in the chat, in the D&D campaign chat.
She is a role play buddy of us as well. That's how Shmuel and I met her. In Neon Divide, formerly Callous Row.
Miss Kaneko. Why does that sound familiar to me? I swear I've...
It used to be Miss Yamato,
Oh, Miss Yamato! Oh!
but they're
Kaneko now.
changed the name.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, let's go raid Miss Kaneko. Yeah, sounds good to me. Or Kaneko? I'm not sure how you pronounce it.
Something.
Either or.
You got an idea for Spoopy Friday, Plasma? Okay, yeah, throw it at me. I'll probably most likely be playing Fatal Frame because I love that game and it is
You
the
still
best.
gotta give. You don't need to do it for Spoopy Friday, but you gotta try Little Misfortune.
Oh, that's right. Yes,
I think you're really gonna like that game. It's
I will
so
have to
goddamn-
check that out. Yeah,
It's so dementedly funny.
yeah. I've maybe not for Spoopy Friday, but Schmoodle gifted me Little Misfortune, which looked really interesting. So I kind of want to check that out. Maybe I'll do it for a random stream this week or something like that. But that looks super interesting.
Anyways, I started the raid, so whenever you're ready,
Okay,
give me
raid time. Thank you guys. Bye bye everybody. Thank you for hanging out. Love you guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Give Miss Kanako some love. Bye bye. I will see you guys next Tuesday. Anybody who's here for D&D, or I'll be streaming tomorrow too for anybody who wants to watch me suck at Tales of Arise. All right. Bye bye everybody. Bye. Peace, Hooded.